Good morning, DSST! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the last weeks of e-learning. I'm very excited. Man, we got such great reviews from the debate last time that we decided to do it again. And I have to tell you, I got really low professionalism scores, which I think is just because I had a hoodie on. I put on a tie, got my shirt, got it ironed, still wearing the hat, but that's all right. So I think I got Miss Bess beat this time. I think that she's in for it. Miss Bess, what do you think?
Wrong again, Mr. Reaven.
Oh my God!
I have outdone you with my professionalism once again, and I think votes will reflect it.
Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. You won.
I did win. So everyone take note. He's acknowledged that I won the professional category. And this will actually be incorporated as part of my argument as we progress.
I am very upset. Ladies and gentlemen, today our debate also is around conspiracies, this time around Area 51. The question is, are there actually aliens at Area 51? Again, the answer is no. Don't look at Miss Bess. Eyes away. Eyes away. There are no aliens. It's impossible. Again, we will be judged on the following: quality of argument, professionalism, like my tie. Miss Bess doesn't even have a tie. This is very rude.
I do have several degrees, though, in this costume.
Logical reasoning is the third category. Those three, make sure you keep it in mind, and then we'll see who wins at the end. The arguments are, Miss Bess, there are definitely aliens at Area 51.
Definitely, yeah.
I believe the opposite. There is no way there are aliens at Area 51. Miss Bess, I believe because you are wearing the graduation gear, you get to go first. Go ahead and let us know.
Okay, so I'm going to start with a little appeal to logos here with some arguments around this really cool theory that was discovered in 1975, basically about aliens. So here's how my logical train, you should follow it. There are billions of stars in the Milky Way that are similar to the sun, right? So that means that there is a high probability that some of these stars have Earth-like planets. And if the Earth is typical, some may have already developed intelligent life. Aliens, right? Some of these civilizations may have developed interstellar travel, a step humans are investigating right now. So even if they're just a couple thousand years ahead of us, they could be in interstellar travel already. Even at the slow pace of currently envisioned interstellar travel, the Milky Way could be completely traversed in a few million years. And since many of the stars similar to the sun are billions of years older, this would seem to provide plenty of time for aliens to come. So according to that line of reasoning, the Earth should have actually already been visited by extraterrestrial civilizations, or at least their probes. And that, Mr. Reaven, is what we see at Area 51.
Wait. No, I'm sorry. Before we go to the next slide, your argument is that the universe, the galaxy, everything together is so big that there must be aliens. But that's your argument. That's an argument against you. Why? If it's so big, it's unlikely they're going to make it all the way over here.
Oh no, Mr. Reaven. It's almost mathematically impossible that we wouldn't ever encounter them.
Impossible?
They already come. And we will see some examples of their visit here in Roswell, New Mexico.
All right, let's hear the theory.
The theory, just generally, is that Area 51 is used for the storage, the examination, and reverse engineering of crashed alien spacecraft, including material supposedly recovered at Roswell, the study of their occupants, and the manufacture of aircraft based on alien technology.
All wrong. Keep going.
So we have to start with Roswell, New Mexico, very closely tied to Area 51. Let me give you a little background about what happened there in 1947. There was a storm, and then there was unidentified debris of strange objects found at a local ranch in Roswell, and it was reported to the FBI, and the local police. Obviously, it went up the chain of command to get to the FBI, but normally just like finding some debris in your yard wouldn't be as interesting enough to warrant the FBI visiting, but they did. And they had a press conference, and they're basically just claimed that it was a balloon crash. Not sure why a balloon was flying around in a storm, but apparently that's what they were claiming was happening. Then between 1978 and the early 1990s, UFO researchers, very important people in the world of research, such as Stanton T. Friedman, interviewed several hundred people who claimed to have a connection with these events. And they came to some interesting conclusions. Hundreds of documents were obtained via Freedom of Information Act requests. Their conclusions were that at least, Mr. Reaven, at least one alien spacecraft crashed near Roswell. Alien bodies had been recovered, and a government cover-up of the incident had taken place. And the materials were ultimately taken to Area 51 for study and reverse engineering.
Miss Bess, why are you peddling lies? These are just lies. This is incorrect.
And here we have expert testimony from Bob Lazar. And he is just one of several. As you just saw, there are hundreds of people who claim to have been a part of this. Bob Lazar being the most prominent. And he is going to give his testimony here about what actually went down.
And they are actively undergoing analysis.
And flying them?
And flying them.
Bob Lazar is an engineer and physicist who says he worked on flying saucers for the U.S. government at Area 51. He drew these sketches of one of 9 different saucers he says the government has in a secret warehouse. Lazar gave the saucers each names according to their various shapes. Top Hat, the Sport Model, the Jello Mold.
The Jello Mold?
Called in to help figure out how they work, Lazar says the saucers are powered by an antimatter generator, fueled with an element which he says could only have come from another planet.
They set up and produce their own gravitational field. Just as the Earth holds all matter down, they produce that same field but out of phase, and it repels itself. The effects that can cause, the way in which everything operates is by all intents and purposes magic. I mean, it is so far beyond our level of technology.
Now, before you toss Lazar on the pile with all the other UFO wackos, understand that he willingly agreed to take a lie detector test, requested and independently arranged by a Las Vegas reporter. Terry Tavernetti is the ex-cop who administered the test.
If he's lying, he ought to be in Hollywood.
Can you believe that, Mr. Reaven?
I mean, it seemed like a bunch of lies, and I'm very excited to share with you on my slide. It's going to be great. It's
okay.
I'm going to save my. I'll save my time.
If you don't believe Bob Lazar, please go to the next slide and let's see 2 of just the other hundreds of people who also support some of these claims.
Liars.
No. This first one, there was an interview with a 71-year-old mechanical engineer. 71-year-old, they're old, they don't want to lie, who claimed to be a former employee at Area 51 during the 1950s. His claims included that he had worked on a flying disc simulator, which had been based on a disc originating from the crashed extraterrestrial craft and was used to train pilots. He also claimed to have worked with an extraterrestrial named J-Rod.
Also, can we say you gave me a 71-year-old mechanic without a name? We can't look this guy up?
Well, this is him. So,
are you sure? You sure you just didn't copy and paste a random picture of a bearded fellow in
I'll
the
send you my
shadows?
sources after. I'm sure everything will check out. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Then later in 2004, this guy, Dan Burrish, claimed to have worked on cloning alien viruses in Area 51, also working with the same alien, J-Rod.
So I looked this up. Do you know what J-Rod is? J-Rod comes from the special effects company, and you can find that it is a fake alien for these folks. Is a fake alien.
Mr. Reaven, it's sad that you have just completely given into these government lies.
All right.
So just some general other things that are very fishy. There's very high security at Area 51. I've actually been there twice myself as someone very interested in aliens. The government really denied its existence altogether until 2013. Then they admitted that it's basically a place for flying planes. How convenient when there's a lot of UFOs that are spotted there. Workers must fly in and out directly. You can't just go through a gate. There are no satellites allowed ever there until 2018 when they started letting in some restricted satellites. What are they hiding, Mr. Reaven? What are they hiding?
I will tell you what they're hiding, but I have actually a different question. You said you visited Area 51?
I did. I went through.
Did you wear a tin foil cap while you were there?
No, I did not. The last piece of evidence I have that there's this huge cover-up going on is basically that there was a lawsuit that took place in the early 90s. And with this lawsuit, it was made by two widows of two workers who had died at Area 51. And in doing the investigation for the prosecution, the prosecution wanted to have all these documents released that were classified. And under normal circumstances, with these like wrongful death cases, you would have these documents classified. However, President Clinton, who was the president at the time, he actually made a presidential determination. These are very rare, Mr. Reaven. They're only used in the most extreme of circumstances, that these documents would not be released. And because of the way these work, every president has to do this every single year. So every year since 1994 has reissued this presidential determination. Everyone is hiding the aliens.
You are saying that they're hiding aliens. They're not hiding aliens. Can I tell you what they're hiding?
What?
I'm going to tell you what they're hiding. It's my turn.
Okay, go for it.
It's my turn. Here's the thing. Ms. Bess, I have a rhetorical question for you. It is, why do people like to believe that there are aliens at Area 51? I know why. It's more fun. It's more fun to believe that there's aliens. It's more enjoyable. People
can be very fun.
The truth in this case is actually more interesting than aliens. Instead of having a bar and motel and RV dedicated to aliens, do you know what they should have? Should dedicate it to spies, because that's what is going on here. Here's what happened. In the 40s and 50s, they created this military base for overhead espionage. Those are two very cool words, overhead espionage. Here's what it is. It is this idea that they had these planes that were more advanced than anything else that had been determined at the time. And so they were flying at 70,000 feet, and people would look up and see them and say, that is crazy. What is that? And then what would happen is they would say, oh, that's aliens, because we couldn't create something that cool. So they saw the planes. They thought they were UFOs. That's what was happening. And so here's what happened. They made these two planes right here. They made the U-2, which is, I think, what the band named themselves after. And
more lies from Mr. Reaven.
And the SR-71 Blackbird. These are the things that were created in the 40s and 50s to spy on other countries. That's why they didn't want to tell anyone. They didn't want to tell other countries that they were being jerks. They were just like looking around at other countries and looking at their stuff. This is not aliens. It was just spies. That's what was going on. So it's also important to name this. Roswell. You talked about Roswell. UFO means unidentified flying object. That happens all the time. People don't know what that is, but it doesn't mean aliens. It just means that we don't know what it is.
Aliens.
You're right. It doesn't mean not aliens. By the way, this is the actual picture. You put up a picture of like a fake flying saucer. This is a picture from the actual UFO. I'm just saying. Did you get that picture off? Did you get that picture off Wikipedia?
Where did you get your picture?
I'll admit I don't remember, but it was some reputable news source. Somewhere reputable news source. Now here's the thing. Bob Lazar. I don't even know if that's his real name. He may have just been telling people. He claimed he went to MIT and to Caltech. But those schools have no record of him actually going there. And
he has these graduation robes, though.
He has no graduation robes. He may have bought those graduation robes. Did you just buy those Are you sure you graduated from college, Miss Bess?
I'm 90% sure I graduated from college. Yes.
You have the student debt to say that you graduated from college.
Sure, yes, yes.
He also says that he worked at an S4 secret base, like Area 51. But there's no evidence of him doing that. He is just making all this up.
Okay, if it's a secret base, then obviously there's going to be no records of him working there. So that was an interesting choice.
Absolutely not. The government is saying like, no, we don't know who this guy is. That's what's happening.
If the government wanted to cover this whole thing up and they've got a whistleblower like this, then obviously they're going to talk to people at MIT, Caltech, and whatever S4 place he was at, and they're going to tell them to deny.
What?
Yeah, that's what a conspiracy is. It's everyone working in collusion to hide things from the public.
You're saying that the government forced 2 different universities and the entire government apparatus to say, let's eliminate this guy from our records?
Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That is wild. That is wild. Here's the thing. It's more fun to think that aliens exist. But they don't. This is Independence Day. People want, from Area 51, people want to believe that aliens are here and we're going to fight them and we're going to win. People want to believe that they're around. But here's the thing. It's more likely that they were just spies. It's more likely that we were covering up, spying in other countries, not that aliens actually exist. What do you think? All right. That fart noise really captured it all.
I think the fart noise won. I think it actually gave you more professionalism points.
I think that gave me more professionalism points. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, vote in your email. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of announcements. Please send shout-outs to Mr. Reaven by Wednesday at 5 p.m. We got a lot of people to shout out, Miss Bess. We got a lot of people to shout out this week.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Got some good people.
And don't forget that today is a dress down day and that you should always stack the chairs. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a great day.